Coming in now.
Let me
Go.
do it. Okay. All right, you guys. So today we're going to talk about paraffin wax. For you guys that have already done it, this will just be a little review. Okay. Let me just as the co-host, I can't admit all these people. They're coming in. They're coming in. They're coming in. All right. So I need to flip this camera. I don't know really how to do that because we are start video. Oh, there we go. Boom. There I am. Hello, everyone. Okay, let me admit these people. Welcome, welcome, everybody. We are on page 165, okay, of the Nails book. All right. Anybody who is on our TikTok right now, if you want to join us for this, the link is in the bio, okay? And first we're going to talk about, I need to share my screen. I'm going to talk about the paraffin wax first. And let's see, share screen, keynotes, desktop. Let's do this first. Share my desktop. All right. So we are on in the book, page 165. Okay. Paraffin wax. Does anybody know what it is or how it's used? Anybody ever had a paraffin wax treatment done before?
I know what it
Anybody?
is because you said it briefly.
I did say it briefly, right?
Yeah, but I haven't ever had one.
Okay. Have you ever seen paraffin wax used before?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So paraffin wax is, and you guys can probably see this over here, we have this, it literally looks like a crock pot, right? With wax in it. So paraffin wax treatments are designed to trap moisture into the skin. Now, one of the benefits of it is the heat. Okay, we have it right now. Can you turn it down a little bit, the heat, because we cranked it up so it would be nice and hot quickly. But you want to turn the heat down because that wax can get really, really hot. Okay, so it's designed to trap moisture while the heat encourages skin pores to accept the benefits. Right, so the heat comes from the warm paraffin. It increases blood circulation. So with that being said, who cannot have paraffin wax treatments? Diabetics, high blood pressure, people with high blood pressure, low blood, basically the chronically ill. Okay, because it is going to increase blood circulation to the skin. Just remember, you guys, this is an add-on service, or you can do it by itself, but most people are not going to come in just to get paraffin wax. Usually that's not going to be how the service works. Okay? You can't whisper at me. I can't talk and read your lips at the same time, my love. So,
Stop.
oh, stop it. Okay. Well, you should come over here and do that instead of telling, because I can't. I keep telling him I can't read his lips. He got to talk to me. All right. So, this is, like I said, an add-on service. Make sure that my people are let in. And it's a luxury service, all right? So I have seen paraffin wax treatments done so many times. Like, literally, the way it's done is it's gross. It's gross sometimes, okay? So you are not allowed to dip your hands directly into this paraffin wax. I have seen it done a million times. People just dipping the hands in and then putting it on the client and then taking it off and putting it directly back into the wax to remelt it and reuse it. Y'all, this wax is not very expensive, okay? It's not very expensive at all right? So when you buy it, it comes in these blocks. As the co-host, you're gonna have to admit some people out or add yourself as I can't. There's people waiting in the waiting room, right? So I need you to do that. Now make sure that you ask the clients ahead of time if they have any health concerns, or do your consultation, because the only way we're going to know is if we do what? We got to ask. We got to ask. If you don't ask them, you will not know. All right, so you need to examine that client's intake form or ask them questions or do a consultation to make sure they don't have any contraindications. What does contraindications mean?
Like stuff on their skin, maybe.
Contraindications means something. It means that the reasons why you can't have something done.
Okay.
Okay, so if you are, let's just say your contraindication for why you can't get it done is because you have just had surgery on your hand and it's and it is bleeding or there's blood on it. It's something the opposite of what you can have done. Okay, that's what the word means. All right. So, as far as making sure that this is done properly, you want to avoid paraffin treatments on clients who have impaired circulation, skin irritations, okay, such as cuts, burns, rashes, warts, eczema, okay. I'm not going to put my hand directly into that wax, and I'm not going to allow my client to do it. But also, the way we do it with this plastic bag method, you still wouldn't, it's clean and sanitary, but you still wouldn't want to irritate someone's skin, okay, by putting their hand in this hot wax. You want to make sure that they have intact, healthy skin. This is something that you guys have learned day one, right? We only work on intact, healthy skin. Okay.
I cannot let anybody in.
Okay, that's fine. Senior citizens and chronically ill clients may be more sensitive to heat because of medications or thinning of the skin. So you want to ask your clients to bring written permission prior to having a paraffin wax, because not all old people are chronically ill. Okay, not everybody who is 90 years old has health problems. Okay, so before we put our hand into this wax, we need to test the tolerance of the client. And how are we going to do that? Because remember, I said we're not dipping nobody's dipping their hand in my wax. Right. We want to do a patch test. Okay? We want to do a patch test. So, in order to do a patch test, we're going to drop a little patch of wax on the client's skin to see if the temperature can be tolerated. Okay? So, when you add this service to your price list, how much would you charge? Do you think?
25 maybe.
I think it really depends on you and your clientele, right? So if you are a high-end salon and you are charging top dollar for your services, you may or may not want to charge, $10, $15, $25. Just depends on who you're servicing. All right. So me personally, I always felt like it should be somewhere between $10, $15 to $20. If I'm going to put it on your feet, it's going to be extra because that's a lot of work to put it on the feet. All right. Now, the paraffin wax application. Because of infection control concerns, you guys, we want to make sure that we are doing this the proper way. There's many ways to do it. We're going to talk about 3, 4, 5 different ways that you can do it. Okay. Now, the first way that we do it is the plastic bag application. Plastic bag application. How are we going to put it on the client with a plastic bag? Right. So what we do to make sure that this is done clean is we're going to apply the wax or put the wax into the bag first. Okay. So if y'all ever like ice the cake or whatever, and you put the icing inside of here, it's the same kind of the same thing. We're gonna put the wax inside with the scoop, the clean way, and then we're gonna dip the client's hand into the wax and then try to cover their hand completely with the wax. All right, and then let it sit on the hand. Now I'm gonna show you this exact method today. We'll show you at least 2 methods today, because some of these other methods we don't even have. Like spray on wax and roll on wax. There are other ways to do it, right? So you move the wax around the hand, same thing with the foot. Okay, Now, doing it with the cheesecloth or the paper towel method is one of my favorite ways to do it because it is less wasteful. Okay, you're not going to be pouring in a big scoop of wax into the bag and praying that it gets all over the hand, wasting the wax. Right. This way, you just got to make sure that you are covering the client's entire hand with the paper towel. So what we do with that is we take a piece of paper towel and we dip it down into the wax, and then put the paper towel around the hand. Okay, which is less wasteful. But at the end of the day, this stuff is cheap. Okay, this wax is very cheap. You want to dip it in 2, 3, 4 times to make sure you get enough wax. You may even use 2 or 3 different paper towels, okay, to do that. Now, a lot of folks see these and you're like, what do I do with these? These warming mitts here. You ever seen these before?
I seen some yesterday. I started to get them too.
You should get them. You definitely should get them if you see them in the store because and I think you can buy these even at Walmart, maybe in the Goodwill. Oh, Goodwill. Okay. Well, these have they're made out of plastic and it's like a warming blanket. Okay, and this warming blanket has a plastic covering so it can be sanitized. Okay, with a sanitizing wipe or disinfecting wipe. Okay, so get out of this, guys. Let's see. Make sure that I can see what's going on here. Okay, so these are probably about $20. Mr. Johnny have them at Beauty and Nail Supply if you want to get some. But they also have them for the feet. Y'all. Now these don't have to have paraffin wax. You don't have to have paraffin wax on the feet in order to make these, to enjoy the benefits of the heat. You can just stick someone's feet in here, all right? With now I say wrap their feet in a towel because I don't really want everybody's feet in these. You know what I'm saying? And you can clean it out. It's plastic all the way through. But just for sanitation purposes, I would cover the person's foot with the plastic bag and then put their feet in here. Okay, and I will show you how we do that on the hands. I'm not gonna do it on the feet today.
Are those down there too?
I bought these from Johnny. Okay, he's got these inside at Beauty and Nail Supply on Bobby Jones. Okay, and I got them warming up right now. It feels so good, y'all. It feels so good. All right, now another way to apply paraffin wax is to do it with they have spray paraffin now. And the spray paraffin is it's a little bit looser. You warm it up. It usually has like a warming center where you can put it on there and then you can spray it on. A mess, a hot mess, if you ask me. It just goes everywhere. All right. So if you have, and you'll see over here on this table, I've got it covered with the puppy pads so that because you guys make a mess with this wax. It's one of my least favorite treatments to teach you guys because it gets everywhere. Okay, so spray wax, and then we have our one-time use gloves. I have some of those. They were I think you put them in my personal. They were in a pack. It's called collagen gloves, right? So they have these one-time use gloves, and you can get these from Mr. Johnny too. Okay, that you place on the hand and. You'll warm it up, place it on the hand, put it in there, put it in the mitts, and same thing, okay? As well as the paint-on method. Now the paint-on method, messy again because you have to take the wax out and put it in a separate container and then paint the wax on. You don't want to go in and out of the wax with the brush. Like, you got to think about these things. Sometimes you see people, they mean well, they really do. They mean well, but at the end of the day, they're still cross-contaminating things, right? Remember we talked about the, this one. We talked about the people in the store wearing the, gloves and walking around with their gloves on and then touching their face and touching their phone. Like, I know you mean well. You really, really are trying to not get COVID, but you're not helping it at all if you're just cross-contaminating and touching. So doing it in the bowl, pour it in another bowl, so you have to have disposable, bowls so that you can dip the brush in there. It's a lot. All right, but here is an example. Now this isn't paraffin, But these are one-time use gloves, okay? Here's some socks. The Paraffin is basically the same thing. They're just in a pack like this. And then you would just put it on, put the glove on, put the socks on, and then throw them away. Okay? Johnny has these. I don't even remember how much I paid, maybe $1.99, right? So when would you do the paraffin wax? If you had a client, let's just say I want my nails done. I want a acrylic set, or I want a manicure.
I would probably do it after I have lotion in hand and did my little massage, maybe then do the wax afterwards.
Right. Or you wouldn't stop the service at all. You could do it before or at the end.
Mm-hmm.
It's really up to you. Depends on where your wax station is or which one of these methods you're doing. Because if you have to get the client make a move to your area, it's kind of an aggravation. But if you have the wax gloves, you can just put it on, do the service, let them sit there and with the warm mitts on, okay? It's also going to depend on, are you doing acrylic or are you doing gel manicure or a regular lacquer manicure? Because if you were doing a regular lacquer manicure, those clients, the nails are not dry for how long do we say it takes for it to fully dry? 24 hours, right? For a regular nail polish to fully dry, okay? So for it to fully dry, we wouldn't want to do this service, paraffin wax, while the client's polish is on their hands. So you would want to do it before you apply the polish, okay? But with a gel manicure, you can do it after, before, during, whatever, because you're not going to ruin the client's finish on their polish, right? So the state board, they say, and this is a rule, once paraffin wax is used on a client, it becomes contaminated and must never be reused. Period. Okay? And like I said, I have seen many salons, they dip the hand directly in the wax, put the wax on the hand, cover it with the gloves, we do all that good stuff, and then peel the wax off the client and put it right back in that wax. That is disgusting. So it says right here in the book, state regulatory alert, once the paraffin wax is used, it cannot be used again. Okay? So performing a paraffin wax treatment before the manicure has its advantages, okay? It's going to allow the client to have their nails polished immediately at the end of the manicure service. And it is a very good way to soften rough skin or callous skin, okay? Now, the biggest disadvantage to doing it before the service is that it cannot be used to hold moisture in the skin through the application over lotions and masks during the treatment. So in other words, remember, paraffin wax traps in moisture. Okay, so if you do that beforehand, you're not going to be able to, the lotion and all that oil is not going to soak in as good, okay, because that paraffin wax is trapped in all the moisture it can. So you may want to do it after, is the best way to do it, okay. Now, during a manicure, many salons and spas have developed manicures that include these in the service. You could say, for instance, this is a deluxe manicure or an ultimate manicure. You know how they do with the pedicures, right? Adding the hot wax and all the hot towels and those hot stones. Adding it as an add-on for the manicure is just put it in the price, okay? And give them the option to do it as an entire manicure service rather than separately. You could do that as well. All right. Now, doing it as a standalone service, many clients love to just come in and get it done by itself. But if you're going to come in just for that, usually it's usually not how it goes. Or you brought a friend with you and they're like, "Oh, I want to get a service. Let me just get that done instead of getting my nails done or whatever." Now, as far as having it on the menu, let it have its own separate price. Okay. Think about how much money you can make just from adding this service to any service that you do. $10 extra. You do that if you see 6 clients a day, it takes no time to do it. Literally no time to do it. And This paraffin wax costs little to nothing. We're talking about a big block of it. They sell it by the pound. Okay, a big block of it costs about $5. Okay, so understand what I'm saying? Adding that little bit to your service every day, you could make $50, $60 just on something that took you 5 minutes. Okay, so and remember, a lot of you in the beginning may have problems getting clients because you're new. You're new, but so make sure you get as much out of the ones you do have in the beginning. This is why I say you may not want to do pedicures, but in the beginning you may have to do pedicures to pay the bills, right? And until you get, why would you leave money on the table? Your clients get pedicures. They're going to go somewhere else to get it if they don't get it from you, right? So offer all the services that you can. Services, retail, okay? These little things right here, who says you can't sell them to your clients? You buy them, you go and, you don't tell them to go to Mr. Johnny and get it, because then they'll know you only paid $1.99 for it, right? But at the end of the day, you could sell this to your clients as just have like he sells it to us, sell it for $5. Say, take this home with you. For those people that have problems with their cuticles, the keratinized PNF, send them home. Send them home with this. Send them home. These are the socks, right? There's the gloves. Okay? Because again, like I said, to treat the dry skin, treat it. We're not going to cut it off, right? So let's actually do a paraffin wax treatment, okay? I am going to, I don't know how to, I'm gonna let him do it. Turn off this screen because I'm gonna come over here and actually show you guys. And you guys can come around here, my new students, okay? You guys come on around here and you guys can see what we're doing, okay? Come on around, come on around. All right, so we've got our wax here. And we've also, will you hand me those bags again? And those bags and these paper towels, because I'm going to show you guys how to do both methods. All right. So we've got our wax here. And we're getting a little low. I've got to get some more. Okay. I think I have some more somewhere in it. See, it is like the consistency of like water. Okay. When you turn this off, it's going to get hard in a little brick. Okay, so when we turn it on in the morning, come in, turn it on, it's hard. You don't want to leave this on all the time. That's a fire hazard, first of all, and second of all, it is kind of, you ever smelled with like a candle that's like burned all the way to the bottom? It won't smell good. Okay, now this is lavender scented. Okay, you can kind of smell it if I don't know if you guys can smell it from here, but this is lavender scented. This spoon, you want to have you a spoon that you can, that you don't mind leaving it there for just these purposes. When we're done with it, we just leave it inside and it just melts down every day. So when you are getting ready to do this, remember the first thing we always do. Sanitize your hands and your client's hands, all right? Hopefully their hands are clean. You don't wash them already. They've already washed them. So we've got here at the station our hand sanitizer, hand sanitizing gel. And we've got gloves, because I can guarantee you do not want to, put your fingers in this. You're going to have wax everywhere. I mean, I like playing with wax, but at the end of the day, you don't want to, when you're at work, don't play with the wax, all right? So you're going to put your gloves on, and these are small ones, so I hope they fit my hand. They ain't going to fit my hand. Can you get me some medium gloves from back there? They're right there. They should be right there. Ooh. That ain't going to work for me. I can't do that. There we go. Some medium gloves. Take these out. And I grab those. Medium gloves here. Okay. Pin the video screen she's demonstrating on. Let's see. Pin that. Pin. Is that the big one? Because I don't need this right here. Stop sharing. Okay. I don't need the two
I
views.
got it.
Okay, okay, baby. Okay. All right. All right. So I feel like they need this screen.
They got it.
Can they see that?
Look.
They don't. But what I'm saying is
Watch the
that
top.
I need all of it. They don't need to see the this. They can still see that. I don't need them to see that at all. They need to see that only. This only. Not two screens. Okay, whatever. All right. All right. Whatever. Whatever. All right. So, to do it the plastic bag method, got our bags, and these bags are pretty big because you may want to put it on the feet, the arm. You can put this all the way up the arm if you wanted to, if you had enough wax. But we're just going to treat the hand. So, who wants to be my client?
I'm gonna let her.
Okay, well, let her slide right there. So she can put her hand, and go ahead and sit. So, and come closer to me so we can have you in there. I don't think he's listening to me, but okay. All right.
See how it looks.
None of this. None of this. None of this. Okay. All right. We're going to first sanitize your hands. Go ahead and sanitize your hands. And then I'm going to pour. Turn that up a little bit. Not a whole lot. We're only trying to cover her hand, okay? Not her whole, whole arm, all right? So I'm going to put this in here, and you don't want to work really, really slow. And bring your hand over here so that we can see. We're going to put your hand in there. How's that feel? That's good. That's really good, right? Yeah. Just play around with it in the bag so that we can cover your hand with it. Okay? And we wrap this around your arm. Just get it all over there. It feels good, don't it? It's nice and warm.
Does it start to feel like a little, not chunky?
Yeah, it's going to feel chunky if you do it this way. Because if you put it directly in there, then you would, it would be smooth, right? But at the end of the day, we just need it to get all over the hand, right? And then we're going to take her hand. I like to wrap it in a towel if this is too hot, but I've got it on the lowest setting, okay? You can burn someone with this. You feel it? It's nice and warm. It's not too hot. So then I would take this, if she was at my manicure table, and put her hand, see, I need them to be able to see, put her hand inside of here. So just shove your little hand in there, okay? How that feel? Feels good, right? So if you're at your manicure table, or maybe you had this set up so they could just sit here and hang out while this is hanging, right? And this is the controller. So as you got two of them for two hands, okay? So then she would just sit there and hang out for a few minutes. I like to do it when they're at the pedicure chair. So you may want to offer this to a client while they're getting a pedicure, because you can bring this bag over to them, okay? And while they're getting that pedicure, okay? So this is how you do it with the bag method, okay? Make sure that you test the client. I'm going to show you how to do the test next, all right? So we're going to leave this on here. We'll do the other hand in a different way. I'm going to leave that on here. Now this way, we're going to do the paper towel method. Oh yes, please take her watch off. So you would want to take their rings and all that stuff. It will come out. It usually comes off in a big chunk, okay? So we've got our paper towel method. It'll come, the wax will come off. It's when you got them diamond rings and they're like, you don't want to get it inside of that. It'll come off real easily, trust me. Okay. So the paper towel method, or cheesecloth, y'all know what a cheesecloth is? You ever seen one? When you're making cheese, or it's like, yeah, it's strain. You can strain stuff with it. It's very, very fine, little tiny holes in it, so that way. It's like a mesh. But I'm not throwing away my, how much cheesecloth costs? But you can go to, let's just say you don't want to use paper towels. You want to be a little more high end, right? Because the paper towels, they don't flex as good as the cheesecloth. You can go to, say, Hobby Lobby or Joann's or one of these fabric stores and buy linen cloth or the cheesecloth so that you can cut it by the bolts so that you can just cut it off in pieces and do it this way.
Yeah.
Okay, this is my favorite way to do it. It's a little bit less messy. Okay, now I'm going to take out another bag. Here it is off. Okay, and when you buy these bags, it's like 100 of them on the roll. Okay, I guess you could use any kind of plastic bag. You just want to make sure that it's big enough to put the hand in. Okay, so when we do a patch test, move this out the way. You do a patch test. What you're going to do is you're going to take a little bit of it here and just drip it on there to make sure that it's not burnt. It doesn't burn her. Okay, if you're going to be doing this service. Now this is going to get on my hands a little bit more than it would if we were doing it. So there's cleaner ways. There's clean ways and cleaner ways, less messy ways. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to drop this in here, let it soak up with some wax, and then I'm going to take her hand and I'm going to wrap this around her hand. Okay, wrap it around, and you could, and it's wax, so it's gonna stay, right? You could do more than one piece. You could wrap it all the way up the arm, and then we do the same thing. We're gonna put it in our bag. The hand inside the bag. Close that up so we don't make a big mess, and then put that in here as well. Okay. There you go. So now she's sitting here hanging out. She might be at the pedicure station doing it while she's getting her feet done. It's so relaxing, right? Doesn't that feel nice, especially in the wintertime when it's cold outside and all that? Okay, so you guys have to do 10 of these before you can graduate. Okay, we probably got enough in here for you guys to do a few of them today. I'll get some more from Mr. Johnny tomorrow. Well, not tomorrow. He's not open on Saturdays, Sundays only. But that's how you do the paraffin wax with this method with the liquid wax. You know, obviously, if we were going to be doing the brush on method, you would want to get disposable brushes, and you can buy those. Estheticians use them. Disposable nylon brushes, and you pour some of it into a bowl, and then a separate bowl so that you can dip and spread it on the client. But it's a mess. It really is a mess. Now, how are we going to take this off? Just put that right there. You take this off. I'm going to pull this out, and what I like to do to prevent the mess is I'm going to take my hand and pull it all in one piece. Okay, pull it down and grab it like so. Okay, now hopefully you get it all off, but again, this is why we have this here, right? So you just get the little flakes off, and then you feel how soft your hand is. Okay, it feels really nice. Just kind of massage it off of the client. It'll come off. It's very easy to come. It's not like hard wax. It's a very soft wax, flexible wax. Okay, now this other one, because we had a whole lot more wax on here, try to pull it all off like so. Okay, now rub your hands together and tell me how that feels. It's really soft, like really. I want you all to try this today. Okay, each one of y'all do it on each other. Okay, so you can feel how soft it is, and you just peel it off. It's fun to play with too. Okay, but always throw this away. We're gonna throw the wax away. Do not put the wax back in the pot. That's gross. Okay, very easy. Anybody want to attempt to do it?
I'll try.
Okay. Want to try it on maybe Deasia?
Sure.
You want to take your ring off, Deasia, so you don't get wax all over it. Come on over here. Sanitize her hands and your hands. Which method would you like to try? Paper towel, or well, you could probably do both. Okay, do one on one hand. So you want to go ahead and have your bags already ready. Okay.
Which one you said?
I want to try the first one with the bag.
Oh, with the bag. Okay. You only did like one dip, right?
Yeah, you just pour, talking about with the paper towels or with the pour.
the
Yeah, just
pouring.
pour it just a little scoop inside of there, okay? And then when you get ready to do the paper towels, there's your paper towels. I like to go ahead and make sure that they're kind of open a little bit, makes your job a little bit easier. And medium gloves, they're a little tight. Or no, your hands wet. That's what it is. Okay.
Okay. You said bag on first, right?
Yeah. I'm gonna put it in the bag, and that's plenty. There you go. Pour it inside the bag.
I got tissue first. Is it okay?
There we go. We'll figure this in. That's
Okay. And we do the other one with the
paper towel method.
and my bag.
That's what this thing is too hot.
It's too hot.
It's too hot? Oh, you sensitive. Okay, so then what you're gonna do is put this around your hand. And that way, you got some sensitive skin. We got it all the way on low. Okay, so now put your hand in there. Push. Push. There you go. How's that? Better? Okay. She got sensitive skin. Sensitive. All right. So now this way, we'll just put this right here. Right there. See how it's very messy? It's very messy. Just go in. You can take all the way down. You don't get it on your hands, so might as
I think I
well.
like it though.
You like it better to do the paper towel? Okay, so bring your hand over, Deja. There you go. And she's gonna wrap it around your hand.
It's too hot.
Now that should be nice and warm. It's not as hot as that. Probably that.
I do the fingers.
You could if you want to do a second piece. Go ahead, do a second piece. So that's a little bit of a cleaner way to do it.
Can I put it like this?
You can. You can put it any way you want. There you go. And just make sure it's wrapped around her hands really good so that it's touching her skin. Okay.
Okay.
Go in the bag. So your paraffin wax station needs to be set up where you don't mind it being a little mess. Okay. Wrap her hand in the towel so that she doesn't burn. It's a little taco, a little burrito, yes. Yeah. What is the best scooping? What is best, a scoop in the bag or paper towel? That's completely up to you. That's completely up to you.
Let me know if it's coming off. Is it?
It's a top.
Is it all the way in?
Okay, so now you would sit there for, however long you wanted to. I mean, she didn't sit there long at all, and you still feel the benefits of the wax. Okay, so you want to keep your gloves on, so let's go ahead and take it off. All right, so someone said, what is the best way? Paper, you have to buy more money products.
Okay, all the way
Turn
out.
this around. I'll do this way now. Okay. If you don't have the white heated bags, can we use hot towels?
This is satisfying.
Yes, you could. Yes, you could. Absolutely. It's satisfying. It feels really good, doesn't it? Feels really good.
And then she can use this towel or the paper towel to wipe her hand.
Oh, she could. You just rub it off.
Rub it off?
Yeah,
Okay.
when she gets both of her hands free.
Okay.
Okay, so you're gonna take that one off. If we don't, you absolutely could use heated towels or whatever you wanted to use, but you want to use some type of bag for the paraffin. So what I would do is when you have all that stuff, do the massage on her hand. Okay, just massage her hand. I got it. Massage her hand to get all that off. So you see, it's messy. It is messy, but it feels. How do your hands feel?
Good.
Really good, right? Really, really good. I don't sell the paraffin. I guess I could.
Don't put your name on it.
Lord, I guess I could. Okay. So that is, yeah, there you go. Got your little massage motions in. But you know, the client, you'll see why you wouldn't want to do it if you had a whole lot of jewelry on or bracelets everywhere. But it feels really good.
Jewelry on.
Keep your jewelry on. I don't really like people taking their jewelry off unless they're, you know, I don't want to be responsible for it. Make sure you pick up that pretty ring. She said do all of them. Do all the massage. So, the only issue with paraffin wax, you guys, is once you wash your hands, moisture gone. So this is not something that's like, this is not a treatment in the sense that it's going to make your hands soft and stay soft and like lotion, and you got, it only is good for the time being. Okay, it's only going to be good for the time being. So are the bags special bags? No, these actually, I bought these. They look, you know what, they look like grocery bags, don't they? The ones that you put your don't be going to the grocery store and snatching in people's bags now. These are a little thicker. These are a little thicker. Okay, so now it's your turn to feel it. You do one on her, okay? And then if you want to try it, Deasia, you can do one on Daddy Goat. They're but these bags are thicker, much thicker than regular grocery bags. But I think like nicer places they're thicker than this. I want to say Walmart got them super thin ones at the grocery, but I feel like I've had thicker bags maybe at Sprouts or Publix maybe. You know, they're a little bit more expensive than over there, so they have better quality stuff. But just make sure the bag is big. You could use sandwich bags if they were big enough. Something like that, you know what I'm saying? Or I wouldn't use Ziploc bags, but because they're too expensive. But she said she was about to go get some from the grocery store. Okay, so we're gonna let Selena do Jasmine's hand. So what's the first thing you want to do? Let's test. I want to see you test it real quick. So test it by putting her hand over the wax there, and do a little dip and drip. Dip and drip. There you go. How does that feel, Jasmine?
It's warm.
It's warm. Is it too warm for you?
I don't know.
Okay, let's put a little bit more then. Let's do a little, like a dime size drip. Feels good? Okay, so we're going to make sure that you sanitize your hands. Did you sanitize your hands?
No.
You sanitized them before when you did hers, so, but sanitize your hands, all right? You see it comes off very easy. It's a little sticky, but it comes off very easy. Okay. All right, which you're going to do the bag method. Okay, so here's your bag. All right. Here's your bag.
I actually love the paper towel.
The paper towel method is so much easier. Okay, so go on in there and scoop you some out. Can you add essential oils or vitamins to the wax? Yes, you can. And usually it already has a smell, but if you want it to have a stronger smell, get you a good little bit. Don't be scared. No, just dip it in. Just get as much as you can. Yeah, we're getting low. Here you go. There you go. There you go. There you go. And so that's a lot more wasteful, right? But it does feel good, don't it? It feels better. All right, hand in there. Try not to pour it out of the bag. So put your hand on in there. Is it too hot? Okay, well let it cool for it. It don't take long for it to cool. Give it a second before you go in there.
That'll be my only.
She's like, it's a little. Just give it a second. It'll cool down. If it's too hot.
It feels great already.
Oh, it feels good, huh? You can absolutely add things to the wax. We don't want to burn you now, but after about 30 seconds, it'll cool down a lot because it gets hard quickly. Okay.
Nah, I probably won't need this though. It's great.
There you go. Now play with it with your hand. There you go. Let it cool down some. It's all right.
Now you see what I mean. I think
Was it the wax or was it the bag, the
think it's the
warmer?
wax.
Wax. It's hot.
Yeah. You turn it way down. It's all the
You
way
took it
down.
like a G.
She did. See, I like it, but see, he's so sensitive. We get in the shower in the morning. I usually get in
my
first.
water is
I get in
scalding
first because I need it hot, and then he's like, "Get all the hot water out of there before I get in there." So, 'cause he's such
How you did it?
sensitive skin.
Get a little hand warm.
I don't know. Well, when you say vitamins, I don't know about adding. How would you add vitamins? Like open them up and pour them in? I
Yeah,
don't.
they have the
kind that you can-
drops, but
yeah.
I wouldn't get into that.
Hey, I wouldn't do that. I would just do the essential oils. I wouldn't put vitamins in there. I've seen where they rub the bag around the hand before placing the hand in. Yeah, they'll like try to cool it down by playing with the wax a little bit. You should be good now. It's already cold.
It ain't cold.
It's still hot. She's sensitive. So that's why you want to make sure you check it before you dip. You don't want to dip somebody's hands directly into it. But it feels, you playing with it, it feels good, huh?
Yeah, it's real soft. I love it. It feels like moisture, like I'm playing with lotion or something. Go ahead and wrap me up.
There you go. So then just rub it into her skin. The paper towel method is probably going to be better for you. Okay. There you go. That's good. And just let her hand rest in there. Go ahead and wrap her hand with the towel. So that way, when she goes in the, you don't have to be extra careful with that. Just close it so that way, yeah.
Wrap me.
Go ahead and wrap her hand with the towel so that she can shove it in that bag. All right?
This should be pretty cool.
Yeah. It feels really good. There you go. It takes some getting used to once you figure out your technique. And they don't have to go all the way in either. That's perfect. There you go. So now the next way you're going to do it is the paper towel method. Okay? The best $1 I ever spent. Oh. Oh. Can't even get no coffee for $1. Yeah, we turned it all the way down. All the way down. Okay, I'm going to give you two paper towels so you guys can add some to it if you want to.
So what temperature you have it on now?
It's on 41.
I was wondering like what.
It goes all the way up to 60. Now, I don't know what temperature 41 is because ain't no heat temperature 41. Do they mean Celsius or maybe they're maybe Celsius? I don't know. Can I buy all this stuff from somewhere you recommend? Oh yes, you can get it on. I bought all of mine on Amazon. It's still too hot for you?
I'm gonna put it out.
She said I'm gonna thug it out. Yes. Yes, thug it on out. Oh, so sweet. So sweet, you guys. Mornings with Mary. Oh, that's a good one. That is a good one. So here's your bag. Okay.
It's my favorite. Right?
Yes. So you figure out what is your favorite way to do it. Much cleaner, right? That's fun to play with the wax, but at the end of the day, this is the cleaner, faster, more cost-effective way to do it is with the paper
I
towel.
feel like I'm getting moisturized. For real.
Yes. Yes.
With paper towel wrap.
So I hope you guys are learning something here, learning something new. My students are having fun over here. It's all right. If you let's do this. How about this?
Just take it out.
Thin it out or you only need it if the client has a super sensitive skin and but you can put it directly into the bag without the towel. Okay. And if you do put it on the towel, make sure the towel's thinner instead of doubled up.
Okay.
That way you can shove it in there a little better.
I do like it better with the towel.
I agree. I try to watch every time Mary is live. I love this vibe. I just wish I lived in Georgia, not North Carolina. For the what?
For the upload?
Yes, you can. You can for the mind
Y'all
tap.
still on TikTok?
We've been got off of TikTok. With TikTok, they got to come. They got to come in. They got to come. We can't just, you know what I'm saying? Thank you so much, Licia. So
feels great.
it feels really good, doesn't it? She is hanging out there. Just leave it on. Just